Hi guys, welcome to another audio video elaborating Revelation 17 of the King James Version Bible. And it reads, And there came one of the seven angels which had the seven vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will shew unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints, and with the blood of the martyrs of Jesus. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. And the angel said unto me, Wherefore didst thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman and of the beast that carrieth her, which hath the 7 heads and the 10 horns. And the beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit, and go into perdition. And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was and is not, and yet is. And here is the mind which hath wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains, on which the woman sitteth. And there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and 1 is, and the other is not come. And when he cometh, he must continue a short space. And the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th, and is of the 7, and goeth into perdition. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. These have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is the Lord of lords, and King of kings, and they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful. And he saith unto me, The waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall eat the war, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. For God hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree, and give their kingdom in unto the beast, until the words of God shall be fulfilled. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth. Right. These things are not just symbolic of the time of the future, right? As you recall, it said, what was said of the angel was that he would show John what everything is, right? So he's showing John what's taking place, what will take place. And if you have come to fully accept who God is and how he works, we know that we do not understand his works. But one thing is that he can exist in different times. He can exist in the present, which is to come. He can exist in a time that is now, a time that has passed already. So a time that was, a time that is not, because it hasn't come yet, it's in the future, and a time that is now, which is in the present, right? So it's where it says, let me find it for you guys. The beast was and is not and yet is. Okay, so the beast, he was in the past, right? He is not, he will be in the future, and yet he is in the present, right? And so this is showing you past, future, and present. And we see the symbolisms of the beast, the head, the seven head, and the 10 horns, right? And we see what the waters was. The waters is people, and we know throughout time that we are controlled by what is in the world. Yes, we ought to be controlled by spiritual things of God, that is not spiritual things from God, like the devil and all those things, right? But spiritual things of God, right? There's a difference. So spiritual things of God, meaning they're things that are currently happening, things that are currently of God, within God's presence, within God's realm, within God's mandate. But things of God are things from God. I'm getting mixed up now. Things from God are things that were actually made by God. So like the devil and all those things, okay? And that's why the devil mimics things of God, right? So he tries to mimic the things of God, because he was from God, he was made by God. So he has some of the giftings, right? And so he can manipulate us. So we ought to have wisdom and stay in the will of God, right? We know the fear of the Lord is the beginning of all wisdom. So have wisdom, serve God, right? So that when everything is said and done, you'll be on the right side, right? And I hope my interpretations did not cause any confusion or anything like that, right? It was not to confuse or anything like that. I was just giving, that was basically my little inputs, right? I'm not saying that was from God, I'm saying that was my input, right? When I think of it, that's how I think of it, right? And you're free to have your opinions, and you're free to speak on the matter as well, right? We all strengthen each other. That's how we learn, right? So guys, I'm gonna leave y'all right there. Please remember to continue to walk in your salvation, and if you've not yet gained it, then seek it. There's no better time to begin than the present. Have yourselves a blessed day. Bye.